Hello and welcome back to another Hunger Games Simulator video. Now I am back with a Fortnite themed Hunger Games. Now this is my most popular Hunger Games series, so I figured I gotta make another one for Season X. Because I did see a comment saying, you know, you've done one for the other seasons, you gotta make Season X now. So I'm pretty sure that's what I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna be making a Fortnite one for every season. So here is, the Fortnite themed Hunger Games for Season X. Now if you don't know how these Hunger Games videos work, I just put a bunch of these characters into a simulation. Whoever lasts the longest and, kills all the other people is the winner. And there's these events, and these events happen randomly. A lot of people die in these events, and they're themed around the whatever the theme of the Hunger Games is. Now, since Season X is all about time travel, and all about everything being, getting all mixed up and stuff, I figured this Hunger Games should be a little bit of that. So, let's just get straight into the contestants, let's just get into that first now. So in our returning contestants, District 1, we have Patch of Grass. He is, of course, our winner of one of the past Hunger Games. Now, I'm sad to say this is probably his final Fortnite Hunger Games because, well, he's been doing okay since he won. I'm pretty sure he got last place, though, right after he won, in the Hunger Games right after it. And I did do a thing last time where I said if he does good, then I'm going to bring him back maybe, and he did pretty good. He did okay, and I said, okay, well, if you guys comment below and say that you want him back, I'll bring him back. And a lot of you guys comment below saying that you actually want Patrick Grass back, but this is probably going to be his final one, though, unless if he actually wins this thing. And the same thing I said for Patrick Grass is going to go for Star-Lord too. This is probably also his last chance to really continue on, because if he doesn't win this one pretty much, he's not going to advance on to the next Hunger Games. So him and Patrick Grass are going to need to actually win this Hunger Games to be able to keep on, being added in these simulations. Now, next contestant is our most recent winner, which is Peely. Now, no matter what Peely does, he'll probably come back, next time, because you give him another chance. So he doesn't have to win this. He's not too worried. He'll try to win this, of course, though, because if he wins this, that'll still be pretty cool. Then in District 2, we have the Woot. And now Woot got 3rd place in the last Hunger Games, and he needs to be brought back because he's Woot. He's so majestic. He's a freaking Woot. In District 3, we have Randy. Now, Randy has been consistent. He was in the 1st and the 5th one, and in the 1st one, he got 3rd place. In the 5th one, he got 7th place. So you see, he's actually doing good in all of them. He's staying consistent. He wasn't brought back for the 6th Hunger Games Fortnite edition, but now he's being brought back now. Hopefully, he can stay consistent and maybe even possibly win. Now, the final returning contestant is Dancing Fish. Now, Dancing Fish is very, very majestic. I was thinking of bringing him back, but actually, I even saw a comment saying that I should bring him back. So, I was thinking of bringing him back either way, so it's actually perfect. So, yeah, now Dancing Fish is here. Now, let's get to some of the newer contestants, and let's go through the ones that were actually suggested by some of you guys. So, the first one here in District 4 was Aura. So, yeah, she was a suggested person. Maybe she could win this thing. Also in District 4 is another suggested contestant, which is the Firewalker. And suggested by the same person who suggested the Firewalker is Epic Games. I really like this one because it's just freaking Epic Games. Epic Games created Fortnite. Now he's in the freaking simulation of the game they created. This is like when Toby Fox was in the Undertale. Then in District 5 we have the Singularity, one of the only hidden skins that actually did something. So yeah, the Singularity is pretty important. And she wasn't in the Season 9 Hunger Games, because when I made the Season 9, Fortnite themed Hunger Games, I kind of made it earlier on in the season, so Singularity wasn't even out yet, but so it's only right to add her in this one. Speaking of secret skins that actually did something, we have the Scientist. Now, I actually had the Visitor on here before, and the Visitor actually won, and then in a recent Hunger Games, he was versing the wild card. Whoever lasted the longest would be able to come on to the next Hunger Games, which the wildcard ended up being the Visitor, and the wildcard didn't do good in that Hunger Game, so he's not here. But, so the Visitor has been on before, the Visitor has won before, but this is not the same Visitor. Now, don't get me wrong, this is the Visitor, but time is all messed up. This is a different Visitor from the last Visitor that we saw. It's maybe technically the same Visitor, but he doesn't remember anything that he did. So this Visitor still hasn't won yet. So this is a Visitor that, if he wins now, that means that 2 different types of Visitors have won the Hunger Games. And in Season 6, we had the Brute, a.k.a. the Mech, probably the most OP thing ever added to the game. It's not that OP anymore, but it's probably going to either way be OP in this Hunger Games, because that's just what it does. In District 7, we have Taco. Terry. Now, can we get a big rip in the comments? A big fat F for Greasy Greg. I mean, his restaurant first got encased in ice. Then he started trying to build another restaurant in Retail Row, where it then got hit by a freaking volcano. Then he finally had a new restaurant in Neo Tilted, which then got freaking rifted away and became Tilted Town. And then finally his restaurant got released from the ice, and Taco Terry is now running it. So Greasy Greg got big oofed. He probably hates Taco Terry for all the things that Taco Terry has done. Also in District 7 is Beach Bomber. Now I'm pretty sure Bright Bomber was in these Hunger Games before, but now we have Beach Bomber. And in District 8 we have, Gut Bomb, aka Greasy Greg. That is right, Greasy Greg is here. He is returned. He wants to kill Taco Terry. Who is this also in District 6? It's the Hot House, aka Tomato Tom. Tomato Tom used to hate Greasy Greg, but now they might be teaming, as Tomato Tom and Greasy Greg both kind of lost their restaurants, and they're both probably upset and mad. I mean, Tomato Tom does still have a temple, but his restaurant's still gone. So maybe he feels the same as Greasy Greg. Maybe he's going to help him out and try to defeat Taco Terry. And District 9 is the Eternal Voyager. Then also in District 9 is the X-Lord. Hold up. Star-Lord. Maybe you should be trying to kill the X-Lord now. Because in the recent Hunger Games, the Star-Lord and the Rust-Lord were both after each other, trying to see who can make it the longest. And then the Star-Lord ended up actually winning the Hunger Games. But now we have a new competitor, the X-Lord. Then in District 10, we have Yonder, which is pretty much DJ Yonder, but a little bit mixed up. He's more of a gangster version of DJ Yonder. As you can see in his name, he has a 3 instead of an E. That's pure gangsta. Then in District 10, we have, what is this? We have Kevin Island. Hold up, didn't we already have Floating Kevin? Technically, we had Floating Kevin, but have we ever had Kevin Island? Plus, is this even the same Kevin as before? I don't even know. There was the Kevin, then there was the Kevin Lake, then we had the Floating Kevin, then we had the Kevin Butterfly, now we have the Kevin Island. But this is the Kevin Island that got rifted back into Fortnite, so maybe it's not the same Kevin, maybe it's the original Kevin, but maybe it's not the Kevin Lake, maybe it is the Kevin Lake and it's not the Kevin Butterfly. I don't even know. Timeline's all messed up. I'm not sure what's going on. And then in District 11 is Moisty Merman. Wait, what? But you may be thinking, Moisty Merman was here before. But no, it wasn't this Moisty Merman. Moisty Myers brought back, and with it came other species of the Moisty Merman. And here we have a new species of the Moisty Merman. And then also in District 11 is that, oh my god, could it be? It's the God Toilet. Yes, the God Toilet was rifted back into Fortnite, and he has been rifted back into the Hunger Games. Then in District 12, we have the Meteor. Yes, the meteor that destroyed Dusty Depot. This is also the meteor that was in the Space Hunger Games and created that meteor shower. And the final contestant we have is the Orb. The Orb is pretty much the one who started this whole thing. The Orb started the whole time mess up and all this stuff that's going on. So yeah, we can pretty much blame the Orb for it. So these are all the contestants. I'm about to proceed and see who will win the Fortnite Hunger Games number 7. As the tributes stand on their podiums, the horn sounds. Randy runs away from the cornucopia. That's pretty smart. Randy got to get out of there so he could stay consistent with his placements. Brute grabs a jar of fishing bait while Moisty Brute grabs a jar of fishing bait while Moisty Merman gets fishing gear. That's kind of weird because Moisty Merman, you are a fish. Epic Games runs into the cornucopia and hides. Star-Lord and Singularity fight for a bag. Singularity gives up and retreats. It's smart for Singularity to do that because Star-Lord, won this thing before. It's probably too risky to fight over a bag with him. Gut Bomb runs away from the cornucopia, and Hot House grabs a shovel. And Taco Terry clutches a first aid kit and runs away. That's pretty ironic that all 3 of these are listed right after each other. God Toilet and Patrigrass fight for a bag. Patrigrass gives up and retreats. The Orb runs away from the cornucopia. Firewalker stabs Peely with a tree branch. So Peely is the first one to die, and Peely won the last one. The same thing happened to Patrigrass once. This sucks for Peely, and especially to a tree branch, because bananas grow on trees. X-Lord snatches a bottle of alcohol and a rag. Scientist takes a handful of throwing knives. Don't know why he's gonna need that. He is in like a mech armor, so I don't see the point of throwing knives. Beach Bomber runs away from the cornucopia. And Yonder runs to the cornucopia and hides. Him and Epic Games are just hiding. And Dancing Fish runs away from the cornucopia. Woot runs away from the cornucopia. Kevin Island also runs away from the cornucopia, or floats away, or glides away. Whatever a Kevin Island would do to get away from the cornucopia. Eternal Voyager grabs a sword. Meteor runs away from the cornucopia. Or, like, flies away. I'm gonna stop. Aura also runs away from the cornucopia. Singularity tries to spear Fish with a trident. Randy, Gut Bomb, Taco Terry, Woot, and Firewalker hunt for other tributes. I'm pretty sure it's just Gut Bomb's plan to get closer to Taco Terry to end up assassinating him. Or maybe Taco Terry is doing the same for Gut Bomb. Epic Games fishes. Meteor goes hunting. He wants to a location he'll destroy next. Eternal Voyager begs for Yonder to kill him. He refuses, keeping Eternal Voyager alive. Yonder, you are a nice man. Aura searches for a water source. And Moisty Merman fishes. Why? Moisty Merman, why are you fishing? You are a fish, or you're some sort of weird fish mutant thing. Either way, I'm pretty sure you're in the fish family. Star-Lord defeats Brute in a fight, but spares his life. Star-Lord, if you ever defeat a Brute, you don't spare its life. You self-destruct it. Get rid of that thing. X-Lord, Beach Bomber, and God Toilet hunt for other tributes. Scientists hunt for other tributes. That's a freaking dog. Dancing Fish picks flowers. That's very majestic. Kevin Island receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Kevin Island, you don't need an explosive. You are an explosive. Hot House receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. See, Hot House isn't an explosive. Maybe he'll actually need an explosive. Patch of Grass is pricked by thorns while picking berries. I mean, there's many things wrong with that. I've kind of gotten over the point that, Patch of Grass is doing these things that I doubt Patch of Grass would be able to do. The Orb thinks about home. One cannon shot can be heard in the distance, and that is in fact Peely, the winner of last time. Star-Lord defeats Meteor in a fight, but spares his life. Star-Lord, how in the world do you defeat a Meteor in a fight? Like, how is that even possible, and why would you spare it after you actually managed to do that? How are you defeating all these freaking things? Aura tends to her wounds. Firewalker also tends to his wounds. Eternal Voyager and Epic Games run into each other and decide the truce for the night. Singularity begs for Randy to kill her. He refuses, keeping Singularity alive. Randy's trying to make a few friends throughout this so he can keep his consistency. Maybe he could win, I don't know. Woot tries to sing himself to sleep. Woot probably has a beautiful singing voice. Beach Bomber receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Yonder screams for help. Kevin Island stabs Gut Bomb with a tree branch. Gut Bomb is dead. He's out of this to a tree branch. Why are people dying to tree branches all of a sudden? I guess Taco Terry does not need to worry about no Gut Bomb action. But maybe Gut Bomb's friend, or new friend at least, his new alliance member, Tomato Tom, aka Hot House. Maybe Hot House will try to kill Terry in honor of Greasy Greg. God Toilet climbs a tree to rest. The Orb receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. I don't know if the Orb actually wants water or not. I don't know if that's good for the Orb. Patch of Grass convinces scientists to snuggle with him. Dancing Fish starts a fire. Taco Terry and Moisty Merman sleep in shifts. This is weird. I like Greasy Greg, but I don't know if I want Moisty Merman to end up killing Taco Terry, just because Taco Terry is also very majestic. X-Lord and Brute run into each other and decide the truce for the night. And Hot House dies from thirst. There were no restaurants to get a drink from. And there was no way he was going to go to Taco Terry's restaurant. This is a big rip for Hot House. And now Taco Terry doesn't even need to worry about Tomato Tom and Greasy Greg going after him. Scientist searches for firewood. Singularity also searches for firewood. Beach Bomber discovers a river. Yonder, Epic Games, and Meteor hunt for other tributes. Woot fishes. Everyone watching this video, by the way, make sure if you have the Woot, equip the Woot right away, okay? If you have the Woot in your locker, make sure to equip it onto your reel, so whenever you're able to, just Woot, okay? Make sure to do that, okay? Just go and Woot. Firewalker thinks about home. The Orb diverts Star-Lord's attention and runs away. Patch of Grass sprains his ankle while running away from X-Lord. Also, Patch of Grass is still pretty much a wimp, even though he did win the Hunger Games. Aura discovers a river. I'm pretty sure Aura was just searching for a water source like 2 seconds ago, so now she has finally found it. Kevin Island sprains his ankle while running away from Brute. Even Kevin is afraid of the Brute. God Toilet sets an explosive off, killing Dancing Fish. This is a big sad moment for Dancing Fish. At least God Toilet is alive because he is the God Toilet. But Dancing Fish, why couldn't they both just be alive? They were both so majestic. Speaking of majestic, Takateri hunts for other tributes. Eternal Voyager begs for Moisty Merman to kill him. He refuses, keeping Eternal Voyager alive. And Randy travels to higher ground. Randy's trying to get in that position so he can make his snipes. 3 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Gut Bomb, Hot House, and Dancing Fish. Kevin Island, Epic Games, and Star-Lord get into a fight. Kevin Island triumphantly kills them both. So Star-Lord is out of this. There's no way Star-Lord's going to be able to win again. Star-Lord's definitely not coming back next time. Aura stays awake all night. Eternal Voyager tries to sing himself to sleep. Meteor attempts to start a fire, but is unsuccessful. But Meteor, you are on fire. You don't need to start a fire. Brute, Randy, and Patrick Grass cheerfully sing songs together. Randy and Patrick Grass, I would run away quick. The Brute is way too OP. Firewalker receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Moisty Merman bleeds out due to untreated injuries. Maybe those injuries came from when we were trying to fish. Maybe he accidentally started fishing himself. Scientist starts a fire. The Orb and Takateri run into each other and decide to truce for the night. I feel like Takateri looks innocent, like derpy and stuff, but he's actually evil on the inside. Woot accidentally detonates a landmine while trying to arm it. Does this mean Woot is... Does this mean Woot is dead? How could Woot die, especially from himself? Singularity, Beach Bomber, and Yonder get into a fight. Singularity triumphantly kills them both. Singularity ain't playing no games, even though this technically is called the Hunger Games. But you know what I'm saying. Singularity's killing a bunch of people. And X-Lord starts a fire. And God Toilet questions his sanity. He could possibly be questioning why he's here, being as this may not be the same God Toilet that we know, but I feel like it is. You can't just replace a God Toilet with a new God Toilet. It's the same God Toilet. There's only one God Toilet. The Orb receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. This Orb just keeps on getting supplies from unknown sponsors. X-Lord injures himself. Kevin Island scares Randy off. I mean, Randy doesn't want to die, so, I mean, it's smart. I don't see why anyone would actually want to die in this, except for the people who ask for someone to kill them. Patrick Grass scares Firewalker off. You would think it would be the other way around, because Firewalker sounds like he can maybe light Patrick Grass on fire, but no, Patrick Grass is the true dominant one here. Singularity fishes. Maybe Singularity will fish up another Moisty Merman. And Meteor picks flowers. That's not something I would think a giant meteor about to destroy the world would actually do. Eternal Voyager falls into a pit and dies. Can't Eternal Voyager just float? So if he's falling into a pit, just float back up. Or if he can't float up, at least just hover over the pit. Brute goes hunting. He's hunting for more freaking victims. No one could escape the Brute. Except for X-Lord or Star-Lord. I forgot which one was the one that defeated the Brute. But for some reason, spared it. God Toilet thinks about home. I know, God Toilet. It was a nice home. Flush Factory was very, very litty. It had many toilets. It was pretty majestic. Takateri tries to spear a fish with a trident. Just like Singularity, Takateri is hunting for more Moisty Mermans. Aura tends to scientist's wounds. Aura, what are you doing? Who knows what the scientist is gonna do? His mission is unknown. 7 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Epic Games, Star-Lord, Moisty Merman, Woot, Beach Bomber, Yonder. Kevin Island dies from an infection. What the frick, Kevin Island? He was cracking up with the cold I'm actually hilarious. But Kevin, you literally died like 20 billion times. Don't die again. Meteor and Singularity sleep in shifts. By the way, I don't know if I said this in the beginning. Yes, this is also the same meteor that was in the event in the original FORTNITE. That's right. This meteor has been here for technically a while, thinking of it now. Patrick Grass sets up camp for the night. The camp is just like more grass. Randy receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Firewalker receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Takateri and the Orb track down and kill X-Lord. And X-Lord is dead. At least he outlasted the Star-Lord, though. God Toilet stays awake all night. Brute destroys scientist supplies while he is asleep. Brute, so you're destroying yourself. All the scientist supplies was literally Brute parts. And Aura screams for help. Brute fishes. Everyone's fishing for Moisty Mermans. Firewalker taints Patrick Grass's food, killing him. Patrick Grass is out of here. I don't know what Patrick Grass's food is. I guess maybe like, I don't know, plant growth or something. Which Firewalker ran away from Patrick Grass earlier, but now he's like, I could kill Patrick Grass. What am I doing? God Toilet shoots an arrow at the Orb, but misses and kills Randy instead. And the thing is that Godtola and Randy were both some of the classic, like, OG people in these simulations. They were both in the very first Hunger Games. And now Godtola just freaking killed Randy. I guess he did aim at the orb. And that's probably dumb because the orb is like a teleporting rift thing. Probably just rifted away and hit Randy right in the face. Taco Terry receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Scientists and Aura hunt for other tributes. Meteor injures himself. Singularity is pricked by thorns while picking berries. And we have an event! The rocket launches! Again. So, time's all messed up. So I thought, why not bring back an event from the very first Hunger Games? At least it was in the first one. I don't think it appeared until the second one. But still, the rocket has launched. And the reason why I brought back the rocket launching one, there's also a new event that I put in also, but I guess now we have the rocket launching event. But the reason why I put this one in is because of how there's probably going to be another rocket launch happening soon because a rocket's being built. So I figured it's only right to have the rocket launch event come back. And the Meteor survived the rocket event. The Meteor just survived another event. And the Meteor was once an event. He was actually an event twice. If he was an event in the Fortnite one and an event in the space one, he was officially the first, I think, cross-passing events. Like, we've had characters that went from one Hunger Games series to another one. Then we have an event that went from one to another one, and it also became a character. Brute and Singularity gets hit by the rocket and dies. I guess the rocket was the only thing that could take out the Brute. The Orb survived the rocket event. The Orb ain't freaking dying by no rocket. Aura also survived the rocket event. Aura's lasting pretty far. If Aura wins, I'm pretty sure she would be the first character that was suggested to actually win. Firewalker and God Toilet gets hit by the rocket and dies. So rip Firewalker, another person who could have been the first to win as being a suggestion. But the God Toilet, you were lasting so far. Sad. This is so sad. Scientist survived the rocket event. Scientist, of course he's going to survive. He's the one that launched the rocket. It would be pretty ironic if the rocket killed him. And Taco Terry tries to land on the rocket, but fails. You dumb Taco Terry. You don't land on the rocket. You're just going to instantly die. So Taco Terry may have not gone out by Greasy Greg or Tomato Tom, but he went out by a frickin' rocket. 9 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Kevin Island, X-Lord, Patch of Grass, Randy, Brute, Singularity, Firewalker, God Toilet, and Taco Terry. That's so much people dead. So much majestic people dead. Like, pretty much half of those people were pretty majestic. So now we are down to these 4, and let's see what they do now. So Scientist tries to sing himself to sleep. Meteor lets the orb into his shelter, and Aura attempts to start a fire, but is unsuccessful. So which one of these could actually win this? These are all new contestants that were just added in this Hunger Game, so it won't be like anyone winning again or someone coming back and winning. These are all new contestants. Could Aura be the first suggested contestant to win? And can Scientist win, as this is pretty much his season? Can the Meteor win? Because he pretty much started off this season, and he pretty much started everything. The Meteor literally started the entire storyline. Started everything that happened after Season 4. There's also the Orb, which also pretty much started the entire thing of Season X. The cornucopia is replenished with food, supplies, weapons, and memoirs from the tributes' families. Scientist, Meteor, and the Orb confront each other, but grab what they want slowly to avoid conflict. And Aura decides not to go to the feast. Aura's just kind of smart to think of it now. The Orb, Aura, Meteor, and Scientist hunt for other tributes. What tributes are you hunting for? You're the only ones left. The rocket launches again? So the rocket launches again and again. There's also another event. I wonder why that one didn't happen. There's the rocket launch just freaking twice. So the again part means even more of an again. The Orb tries to land on the rocket, but fails. Okay, maybe the Orb thought he could rift the rocket away, which I don't know how that didn't work, but the rocket didn't care. The rocket was freaking creating rifts. Scientist and Aura gets hit by the rocket and dies. So I pretty much jinxed that Scientist did get killed by the rocket. And Aura will not be the first suggested contestant to win the Hunger Games. Wait, where even is the Meteor out here? 3 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. The Orb, Scientist, and Aura. So did the Meteor win? Like, what happened? Why wasn't the Meteor even in it? The winner is Meteor from District 12. The Meteor has won. The Meteor pretty much started off everything. The Meteor even started off Season 10. The Meteor is pretty much the core of Fortnite. He went from just being a simple event to being another simple event in another series to being a contestant and actually winning. So let's look at all of these kills that we got here. Oh my god! The Meteor has 0 kills. And he won. How does he have? This is definitely a first. R also had no kills, and neither did the scientists. Actually, if you look at all of this, no one really had any kills at all. The one with the most kills was Kevin Island, which, I mean, it's understandable. It is the Kevin Island. So anyways, guys, that is it for this video. Hope you enjoyed this 7th installment of the Fortnite Hunger Games. Remember to comment below what other themes you would want to see. So, if you want any new themes, any returning themes, if you want to see another Fortnite, of course, leave a comment below. If you want to see any characters, so also suggest characters for either a returning theme. If you want to see Fortnite come back, you can suggest some Fortnite characters, and if you want to see a new team, you could suggest some characters for that too. Anyways, that is it. Meteor is your winner, and goodbye.